Hello all, in this video we are going to study init method in object oriented programming using Python. So before going ahead, make sure that you have studied the basic concept that are class, object, the methods which we can define in a class, how to initiate a call to class methods, and what is self object. Okay, so if these concepts are clear, then in this video you can easily understood what is init method and how to use it. Okay, so what is init? Init is basically the method, we can say the special method which is defined in a class. We can have a few special methods that can be defined as a part of class. So init is one of that. Del is also one special method which can be defined in a class. Okay, so what is the use of init method? So it is basically used to initialize values to class variables. So if I want to assign default values to the class variables, or I can say the object variables, so we can easily assign values to the attributes just by writing the statements, initialization statements in init method. Okay, so what is the main feature of init method? That init method is automatically executed when an object of a class is created. Okay, so why automatically is mentioned here? That in this init method, when we want to call it, okay, it just initiate a call to init method just by making an object of that particular class. So it is implicit call which is initiated to init method when an object of class is created. Okay, so the name of the method is 2 times underscore init, again underscore, and then parenthesis, as we can use it for the functions. Okay, so this is nothing but the method name. Okay, you have to use it in the same way. It is 2 times underscore init, again 2 times underscore, and the parenthesis. Okay, so what is the basic syntax of init method? It is simply def under 2 underscores, then init, again 2 underscore, in bracket, then self object, as we have studied in methods which we can write in a class. The self argument for the method definition is compulsory, which contains the reference of object through which it is called. Okay, and after the self object we can mention the rest of the arguments or the parameters which we want to pass to the function. Okay, so this is the basic syntax of init method. Then after that, one example of init method. So here one class is defined, class sample. Then the definition of class sample is started over here. Then next the definition of init method. So in the same way we can define a init method also. Use the def keyword, space, name of function, 2 times underscore init, again 2 times underscore, and then self. Okay, and in this method simple print statement is written, that is init method is called, or init method. Okay, so this is nothing but the definition of init. Now after that, in main code, object equal to sample brackets are mentioned. Okay, so what this statement is indicates that we are creating one object of sample class. Okay, so to summarize this, we can say one class sample is created, then one object obj is the object created of sample class, and one init method is defined in sample class. Okay, now this is just the syntax, or we can say the code which we have written for init method. Now how to call this method? Okay, so as we have seen one statement at the beginning, the init method will be called automatically when object of class is created. Okay, so the same goes here. If I'll say object of class is created here, okay, so as soon as the statement is executed, implicitly it will initiate a call to this method. Okay, and then it will execute this method, and after that and after that it will execute the init method, and then again it will come back to the next statement of the object creation. Okay, so no need to write explicit statement to initiate a call to init method, because as soon as object of class is created, okay, implicitly it will initiate a call. So that means automatically it will initiate a call to init method. Okay, so in this case this init method is defined just by writing self object, which is the by default object. Okay, so here we can say this init method is without arguments. Okay, so no arguments or parameters are passed to this init method. Okay, now we'll see one example where the argument is passed to this method. Okay, so this example we have passed one argument to init method. Okay, now we'll see one demonstration of code. So if we are defining a class sample, then we'll define init method. Okay, and then we'll write print first statement. Okay, here we'll put default argument, which is required, mandatory argument self. Okay, and then create one object of class. So we'll write obj equal to sample parenthesis. Okay, so when we execute this statement, okay, it will display this first statement or the message which we have written in print. Okay, so why this message is executed? Because this function is called. So at which time this function is called? So when this object is created, at that time implicitly call will be given to init method. To simplify this execution, again we'll say print start, and then at the end again we'll write print stop. Okay, so if we run this code as per the discussions which we did till now, it will first display start, then it will initiate a call to init method because object of that class is created, then it will display first statement, it will come back over here, and then it will display stop. Okay, so just execute the code and then see the output. So in the same sequence it is displaying the output, first start, then first statement, and then finally stop. Okay, so this is the simple init method without any arguments. Okay, now we are trying to pass one argument to init method also. So let's suppose we want to pass one value which is nothing but a. We are going to store it in a. Okay, and in next line we want to store it in val variables. We'll write self dot val. So that indicates self dot val. So the object which will call init method, okay, that reference will be stored in self, and through that reference the value will be updated. Okay, so that object val is updated through this statement. So self dot val equal to a. Okay, and the next line will simply display the value of that. So just write self dot val. Okay, here we'll remove this statement. Okay, and as this init method takes one value as an input, so we have to write that value during object creations. We'll write here 20. Okay, so that means as soon as this object is created, it will initiate a call to init method. Also it will pass this value to the init method that will be stored in a, then that will be assigned to the value or val variable, and then that will be displayed on the next line. Okay, so if we run this code, it will display the value as 20. Okay, so we can say this init method is with argument, and that argument we have passed through object creation. Okay, so init method can have arguments, and that can be passed during object creations. Okay, Now the next is which concept we have used in this init method. So we can say one class sample is defined, then one object obj is the first object created of sample class, then obj2 is the second object created of sample class. Okay, then next a is the local variable in init method. Okay, and val is the object variable. Okay, so as this is the init method, okay, this method will be called now 2 times because 2 objects of sample class are created. Okay, so as soon as first statement is executed, it will jump over to the init. 20 value will be stored in a, then that will be stored in self.a. Now self will contain the reference of obj because through obj this method is called. Okay, so it will actually update the value of obj.val, which will be 20. Okay, and that will be printed as 20 over here. Then again it will come back. Then second statement, again object of sample class is created, which will initiate a call to init method. Then 30 value will be stored in a. Okay, and self.val, that means self will contains the reference of object through which init is called. Init is called through obj2. Okay, so right now it will actually update it as obj2.val equal to 30, and then in next line it will display the same value. Okay, so the init method will be called that many times. Okay, we have created the object of that respective class. Okay, so it is a simple method which is used in a class. It is also called as a special method, and no need to write the function call to init method. It will be implicitly called as soon as object of class is created. Just make sure that while writing the init method you have written the proper name of init method as 2 times underscore init 2 times underscore and then the parenthesis. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept of init method, which can be used in a class or which can be categorized as a special method of a class. Thank you.